In this video today, I'm going to be sharing with you 6 powerful strategies to get you more leads in your business. Now, let's just slow things down for a moment and talk about what a lead is. A lead is somebody who has a problem and the money to spend to solve that problem. So a lead isn't somebody that just connects and starts following you on Instagram, for example. They have to show that they are interested in what you do. By knowing this, it will really help you when it comes to leads, because otherwise you're going to feel that everybody connecting with you, you're going to be overwhelmed straight away thinking around, how do I follow up with all those people and where am I giving my time and attention to now? So I'm going to be sharing with you 6 strategies that is going to be more intentional and strategic when it comes to getting the right people into your audience and you in the right conversations with the right people who have a problem and you can help them solve that. So the first one here is about getting yourself onto a podcast and in front of your audience. Now, I want to, again, just be really clear on this. This doesn't mean you do a big numbers game and get on as many podcasts as you can. You need to get on the right podcasts. There would be no point, someone like myself who works with entrepreneurs on their business, getting more sales and looking at their messaging, going and being on a podcast with an audience full of mums. It just would not work. I need to be in front of audiences of entrepreneurs, business people, people in the corporate world who want to leave that career and start their own business. That's my journey. Those are the people that I want to attract. That's my ideal client. So you want to be really strategic. So the best way to approach this one is to write a list of the podcast you want to be on. And I want you to be bold. I want you to be audacious, and I want you to get out there, because again, it will take the numbers game in the right way here to go and approach these people, and you're going to get more no's than yeses. And we want those no's because this means that you're more likely to get a yes at some point. We need to lean into getting rejected by things. So get yourself on podcasts and in front of the right audience. This will really help you. And I've given you a template here because I want to make sure that you are straight into the action and implementation part here. I don't want you to follow me thinking you're going to learn a bunch of stuff that you've never heard before. I want you to come into my world and go, I'm not doing this. Why am I not doing it? And I need Natalie to help me to implement and get results by taking action. It's the only way you're going to improve your business, and it's the only way you're going to get those sales you want and the money you want. So here is a pitch that you can steal. You can take this away. You can use this template. You can adapt it as you want to. And I would advise you to do that. But I want you to get straight into it. And I want you to go away from this today with actions of things you're going to do. So I would love it if you could send me a message and say, off of the back of your training, I connected with 10 businesses that I want to be on their podcast, and I got on 5. Amazing. I never would have achieved that without you. That's what I want to hear. So it'd be something along the lines of, hi, Amy, I wanted to say I love your podcast. I always love learning something new from you every single week. I'm reaching out because I believe my direct and no-nonsense approach to communication would resonate with your audience and bring a fresh perspective to your podcast, whatever the name of it is. I focus on helping entrepreneurs to make more money from their messaging. The only one I haven't heard you talk about is how you know your messaging, or how 5 mistakes that people make when it comes to business messaging and getting more sales. I actually specialize in this topic, and I would love to share my knowledge with your audience. I think your audience would find it valuable. What do you think? Do you think your audience would enjoy learning more about blah? And here are a few topics I could cover as a guest on your podcast. And then I will talk about a few topics. So I know when it comes to messaging, I talk around sales, I talk around client experience, I talk around building authority as a business owner. So there are loads of different areas I could talk about in relating business and messaging. I look forward to hearing from you. You don't have to relate all of that. What I want to do is give you the structure. I want to make it really simple. This is the groundwork I've done. I want you to take the framework I've got, use it, and get a result. Number 2, community guesting. Where are your ideal clients hanging out and buying? Now, they're 2 different questions, and they will bring 2 very different answers. You want to make sure you're getting in front of the right people again. I run a membership. It's called the Business Insider membership. It's only £39 a month, and you get training, you get implementation, you get action taking, all those things. I want to be in communities just like mine and memberships. So I want to be able to add my value. And again, a very different spin. So again, I want you to think about getting into groups where your ideal client is. So for me, this may be in big groups of coaches, entrepreneurs, giving advice, feeding back in the comments, what you might call breadcrumbing. So if somebody asks a question about maybe I'm looking for the best website to start my business. Like, what am I going to use? And I might share around my experience on Kajabi that I've used, or school. So again, I would give advice and feedback and help people on their journey. Okay, like the secret to living is giving. So be an active participant in the right spaces, because you never know where one conversation could lead. I know that I have a very strong client base that refers, because I deliver on what I say I will, and they refer me. However, I can't take referrals as a solid sales process, but it allows me to know about, again, the right individuals, the right conversations, and I know that works really well for getting your business. So look at those communities where you could also share weekly things in there. So it might be one where it's like they've got a collaboration thread, for example, in a Facebook group, or they've got a sales thread. Like, make sure you are showing up in these places. I have had so many messaging content audits booked off of the back of sharing my Instagram profile with somebody, because I put it in a group, maybe on Facebook, then somebody started following me on Instagram, and on that day, I've shared around my business insider membership, or I've shared around my messaging content audits that they can book on. It's a no-brainer. 3, DMs, direct messages. Conversations build trust and authority. So lots of people say, like, I hate DMs, I hate the cold DMs. None of us are going to say we hate it when a client converts off of the back of a direct message, right? Like, we love that. So again, we need to refrain the relationship we have with it. I look at DMs that it gives me the ability to connect with somebody and transform and change their life. Every single client I've got at some point probably would have been a kind of a sticky point of, what do you do? Tell me more about your business. Tell me more about X. Like, you have to get over that part. And now I work with incredible people, all because I had that clunky part where it felt a bit strange at maybe a networking event to bump into somebody and be like asking all of the questions that we have to ask. All of those questions, even like, I'm really curious to know, I'd love to know. Like, don't get me wrong, when somebody does it on me, I sometimes think I'm out, but you never know. So again, let some of those things go. Don't worry about what other people say. And like, ask yourself why it feels a certain way. So when people say, well, that just feels too icky for me, well, why? Why does that, when you know you can transform and change someone's life? And that's how I look at something. From a direct message, I could be the only person that challenges that individual about the change they need to make in their life. And that could transform everything for them. And I know, because I've had it done to me. And I know, because I've been that skeptical person, that I confidently sit here with you and say, getting in direct messages is a great way to build relationships, trust, and authority, because you can communicate messages in a very different way. So again, let's look at it and reframe things. If you sent 10 direct messages a day, that's 22 days per month. That could be 220 conversations. That's the art of the possible. So it's the way you choose to see things. I know many people see this sleazy. I don't. Change the way you see this. Get out there and just have a genuine conversation with somebody. Help them, serve them, because you never know where they're at. And sometimes you just need to get over it. You need to get over yourself, and you really need to focus on it. Because for me, again, it's the same when it comes to money. By not asking somebody for an investment to work with me is a disservice, because I genuinely know I could change their life. That, again, going back to leads, like I said at the start, I had the ability to help solve someone's biggest problem right now. So why would I not do that? Why would you not do that? Number 4 is to share your freebie everywhere. Be consistently consistent. I learned this phrase in the corporate world, where it was around looking at our processes and that we need to show consistently and be consistently consistent. It works here. I want you to have your freebie. So whatever it is that you help somebody on, that you give for free, I want you to share it everywhere. Repetition is really key. And I do messaging. Part of messaging is about being consistent and repetitious in our message. Never think it's boring. If you follow me, you will notice that all I talk around is business, and I'll often talk around fitness as well, and I relate that into business. It's not what I do, but it's my secondary messaging. I'm very passionate about health. It's one of my strongest values. Therefore, I'm talking about it all the time. So where you're talking about your freebie, get it out to the world, because people just don't see things. You have to break through the noise. This does not mean every day as well, though, when we talk about consistency. It's about being strategic. So I know there's certain days when I'll share certain things on my socials with my marketing. As I've alluded to, I have a membership. I will share my membership every Friday. I will share my audits every Monday. and I'll be repetitious and consistent on that. So again, it's about really thinking around the incredible value that you want to give and sharing those nuggets. So why would somebody want to know more? That's a question you need to ask yourself from the freebie that you give out. 5 is social media content plan. Don't know what to post, like, you have to know what to post. This isn't about hoping for the best. It's not about winging it and putting something out there and hoping that it sticks or hoping that it goes viral. You have to be more intentional than that. So I want you to have a very strong content strategy when it comes to social media. Your content has to build awareness, aka you want to be getting eyeballs on your work. In message mastery, I'm always talking with my clients around the funnel. You want to be top of the funnel is getting brand awareness. You want to be bringing people into the funnel in the middle where it's around the consideration, where they're able to break through the noise, they're able to look at you and say, like, why would that person be the right person to help me with this problem that I've got? So you need to really show and demonstrate that you understand their problem and the solution that they need. And your content can do this. It can overcome objections. It can bring clarity. It can build authority for you. It will build trust if you consistently show up, demonstrating that you know what they need to know, what they don't know, their gaps. And if you aren't targeting your social media to address all of these things that I'm sharing with you, your strategy is weak. So you really have to be really clear on what am I sharing every single day? Why am I doing that? What do I want to be known for? And what's the purpose of what you're sharing? Why are you doing it? I'm sharing 6 strategies for you today because I know that people that are following me or my audience are not getting their leads to turn to clients. So I'm demonstrating ways that you can do that to help you speed up the process and get to your outcome and your results sooner rather than later. And finally, strategy 6 is about contests and competitions. And I wanted to relay this one back because at the moment, we need to have fun. Like, business is about the energy that you bring to it. You can't buy that stuff. If I was to show up to this live and be talking in a way that was monotoned and dull and no energy, and so I'm going to talk to you about how you can do some contests and competitions, it's a no-brainer. Like, have you heard of gamification? It's so boring. You have to bring yourself, your personality to the table because people buy from people. Otherwise, we wouldn't break through the noise. So we have to bring ourselves and communicate in ways that is different from other people. I know I'm a very direct communicator. I know I am not, you're not the person, do not be the person that comes to me who hasn't taken action, who hasn't done what they said they're going to do, and doesn't really want to move their business forward. If you're the person that just wants to come and learn a bit more and then learn a little bit more again and actually not get anywhere through a course or program, I'm not the person to work with. I'm all about getting results. So having some fun with it and bringing yourself to the table is so important. And look, this is a no-brainer. There is this idea of gamification. It's about having fun. I recently did a 4-day bank holiday offer, and in it I had 3 opportunities to win prizes. One was them to win 3 months in my membership, one of them was to get one-to-one me, and one of them was to win 3 months of accountability with myself. But people love it, and when they won, people are like, oh my god, I won, I'm amazed, I'm so happy. So again, bring that energy, create that, have some fun with things and make it enjoyable. Business is supposed to be fun, okay? So this means that people are then compelled to participate. So we want more of this, and we want less people about being observers. We're not here for observers. We're here for people that engage, take part, and they're part of the audience. This works really well, and it actually may have even got you to be here right now with me. So again, you can see it's a no-brainer. So if you found that useful today, I would love you to subscribe, leave a comment, so I know what trainings are working really well. This really helps me to grow the business and serve more people and help you. And I'd love you to connect with me on Instagram. It's the best place to find me. So come across on there, send me a message. Let's have a conversation, see how you're doing with your business. Let's see if or how I can help you. And if you'd like to know more about the programs, of course, let me know that too. And I will see you on the next training.